Imam Malik. According to several ulama, this was the first book properly written with the orders of the topics. Kitab al-Tahara, Kitab al-Salat, Kitab al-Sawm, Zakat, Hajj, in order. With Abwab Tartib al-Abwab, this is called Tartib al-Abwab. This is the first book which was written with Tartib al-Abwab, written by Imam Malik bin Anas, the Imam of Madinatul Munawwar. Hazrat Imam Malik bin Anas. This book is called Mu'atta Imam Malik. This is according to some authentic ulama, this book is consisting of Sahih Ahadith, like Bukhari Sharif, Sahih Bukhari. इमाम मालिक रहीमहुल्लाह ने इसमें जिस चीज़ का एहतमाम किया था वो सही अहादीस का एहतमाम किया। तो ये हिस्ट्री में पहली हदीस है जो सही हदीस की किताब है, यानी बुक ऑफ हदीस, अहादीस तय्यबा, विच इज़ कॉल्ड मुअत्ता इमाम मालिक. इन द सेम टाइम द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ हज़रत इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा रहीमहुल्लाह, दे नरेटेड अहादीस तय्यबा फ्रॉम Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, and later on they wrote down these ahadith tayyiba in the shape of a book which is called Kitabul Athar lil Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, and also Musnad Imam Azam. This book Musnad Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, it's narrated by some students of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. In the 2nd centuries, Islamic, the century of Hijri, many books were written. I mentioned some of them. Sunan Abil Walid. Sunan Abil Walid. Number 2, Jame Sufyan Thawri. Imam Sufyan Thawri rahimahullah wrote this book, which is called Jami'. Musannaf Abi Salama and Musannaf Abi Sufyan and Jami' Sufyan bin Uyayna. Then in the 3rd century, some other books were written, like Kitab al-Umm, written by Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah, and also Musnad Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, and Bukhari and Muslim and Jami' Tirmidhi. So these books were written in the 3rd century. There are some categories of the books of Ahadith Tayyibah. Number 1, Sahih. Sahih. The book which is consisting of Ahadith Sahihah, authentic Ahadith. Although, even if by the mistake Imam Bukhari rahimahullah with the tasamuh of Imam Bukhari rahimahullah narrated some daif ahadith as well, according to himself. For example, Imam Bukhari says in his book Kitab al-Du'afa al-Saghir and Kitab al-Du'afa al-Kabir, this Rawi is a particular Rawi, about particular Rawi. Imam Bukhari writes that this Rawi is a daif Rawi from the other sects like Jabari or Qadri or Jahmi or Murji. But in Sahih Bukhari, Imam Bukhari narrated hadith from the same Rawi, same narrator. This is the tasamu of Imam Bukhari. So there are few ahadith in Bukhari Sharif, there are daif ahadith as Muhaddisin Kiram they said. So when we say Bukhari Sharif is asahul kutub, it means Bukhari has more authentic ahadith than the other books of ahadith. This is the meaning. इसका ये मतलब हरगिज़ नहीं है कि every hadith of Bukhari is sahih. Every hadith of Bukhari Sharif is sahih. So this is a wrong statement. The right statement is more authentic hadith can be found in Bukhari Sharif than other books of ahadith, like Muslim Sharif, Tirmidhi, Nasai, Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, and all other books of ahadith. So asahul kutub is Bukhari Sharif. This is the meaning. So the first category of the collection of ahadith tayyibah, which is called Sahih, like Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Number two, second category, Jami'. Jami'. Jami' is a book of hadith which is consisting of ahadith tayyibah on 8 topics. 8 उन्वानात पर जिस किताब में अहादीस ज़िक्र की जाएं उस किताब को कहते हैं जामि'. द बुक इज़ कॉल्ड जामि'. Like Jami' Tirmidhi. Tirmidhi is also called Sunan, and Tirmidhi is called Jami' and also Sunan. Sunan Tirmidhi or Jami' Tirmidhi. Imam Tirmidhi mentioned ahadith tayyibah on 8 topics. These topics are: number 1, seer; number 2, adab, manners; tafsir, commentary on the verses; aqaid, beliefs; fitan. The fitan means the signs of destruction. यानी तबाही के जो आसार हैं, तबाही के आसार, फितन. Ahkam, the rulings on the yani masail, matters like this is the farz, this is the wajib, sunnah, muakkada, ghair muakkada, mustahab, haram, makruh tahrimi, isa'a, makruh tanzihi, mustahab, khilaful awla, and mubah. So this is called ahkam. Ashrat. Ashrat means the signs of qiyamah, the signs of the day of judgment. 2 types of the signs, minor signs and the major signs of qiyamah. This is the topic. This is number 7. And number 8 is manaqib. Manaqib means the fadail of Sahaba kiram, fadail of Anbiya kiram, particular personalities, the dignity of the particular personalities. This is a topic. The Anbiya kiram alayhimus salatu wassalam ke fazail, फिर उनके बाद Sahaba kiram के fazail, the fadail of Ansar, fadail of Muhajirin, the understood? Fadail of Ahlul Bayt, the Fadail of Khulafai Rashidin, see Manaqib. So these 8 topics, the book of Hadith, book of Ahadith Tayyibah, which is consisting of 8 topics. The book is called Jami'. Okay, number 2. Number 3, Sunan. Sunan. Sunan is a book like Sunan Tirmidhi, Sunan Abu Dawud, Sunan Ibn Majah, Sunan Nasai. So the Sunan is a book of Ahadith Tayyibah which is consisting of ahkam, rulings of Sharia, Tahara, Salat, Zakat, Sawm, Hajj, then Muamalat, Talaq, Nikah, the Buyu, different types of trade, dealings, the different types of punishments, the hudud, the ta'zirat. So, this is number 3. This type of book is called Sunan. Number 4, Musnad. Musnad. Musnad is a book in which ahadith are mentioned according to the order of companions, the orders of companions. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab, Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan, Sayyidina Ali al-Murtaza, Ashra Mubashra, and other Sahaba Ikram. This is called Musnad, like Musnad Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. And the fifth category is called Mu'jam. Mu'jam is a book of ahadith in which ahadith are mentioned according to the tartib and the order of shuyukh, teachers. First teacher, second teacher, third teacher. Like Mu'jam Tabrani, Mu'jam Saghir and Mu'jam Kabir and Mu'jam Awsat. This is the fifth category. And the sixth category of the book of ahadith is called Mustakhraj. Mustakhraj. Mustakhraj, the book, this is the book of ahadith tayyiba in which ahadith from an other shaykh, ahadith from an other musannif and the writer of hadith, ahadith tayyiba, are mentioned according to his shuyukh, his teachers. The book of ahadith tayyiba in which ahadith are mentioned, which type of ahadith? These ahadith are taken from an other musannif, from an other writer of ahadith tayyiba, according to his shuyukh. This type of book is called mustakhraj, like mustakhraj Imam Abu Nu'aym al-Bukhari. Imam Abu Nu'aym narrated the ahadith tayyiba from the shuyukh of Imam Bukhari in this book. Okay. This is number 6. And number 7 is called Mustadrak. This is the seventh category, Mustadrak. Mustadrak is a book of ahadith in which ahadith are narrated and mentioned according to the sharait of some other muhaddis. Like Mustadrak al-Hakim, Imam Hakim Nishapuri wrote the book of hadith according to the conditions of Imam Bukhari. So this is a book, and he wrote the book according to the sharaat of Imam Bukhari, not according to his own conditions. He wrote the books, wrote the ahadith tayyiba in this book according to the sharaat and the conditions of Imam Bukhari. Because he thought that Imam Bukhari ignored these ahadith tayyiba. So these ahadith are still sahih ahadith according to Imam Bukhari, but he forgot or he ignored these ahadith tayyiba. So these ahadith are mentioned by Imam Imam Hakim in his book, which is called Mustadrak. So this type of book is called Mustadrak. Mustadrak lil-Hakim. Number 8. This is called Risala. Risala is a book of ahadith in which ahadith are mentioned on one of the 8 topics which are mentioned in Jami'. Jami' is a book in which ahadith are mentioned on the 8 topics. If the ahadith are written on one topic, one of them, this type of book is called Risala. जो 8 उन्वानात जामे के अंदर बयान किए जाते हैं, उनमें से किसी एक टॉपिक पर अहादीस को जमा किया जाए तो उस किताब को कहते हैं रिसाला. जुज़, नंबर 9 is जुज़. Juz is a book in which ahadith are stated and mentioned on one chapter. The topic, there can be many chapters under one topic. See? It's like a Kitab al-Tahara. In the Kitab al-Tahara, the Tahara is a topic, and under this topic, we can make many chapters like wudu, ghusl, tayammum, dry ablution, wiping the khufain, leather socks, the wiping on jabira, on the bandages, the different topic, any chapters. So if ahadith are written down on one particular chapter, this type of book is called juz. Imam Bukhari wrote a juz book just on one chapter. Chapter is Al-Qiraat Khalf al-Imam, reciting Quran behind Imam. Reciting Quran behind Imam. This is the chapter, Al-Qiraat Khalf al-Imam. On this topic, on this chapter, Imam Bukhari rahimahullah wrote full book. This type of book is called juz. Number 10, Arba'in. Arba'in is the book of Ahadith Tayyibah, in which 40 ahadith are mentioned, like Arba'in Nawawi. Number 11, Amali. Amali is a risala, of the book of Ahadith Tayyibah, which are made to be written by the shaykh, by the teacher. Yani the teacher ordered his student to write down these particular ahadith tayyibah, and the student wrote the particular ahadith tayyibah which are mentioned by the teacher. This type of book is called Amali. This type of book is called Amali. Like Amali Imam Muhammad. Imam Muhammad rahimahullah wrote a book which is called Amali. These ahadith tayyibah narrated by Hazrat Imam Azam Abu Hanifah rahimahullah. And number 12, Atraf. This is the category number 12. So this is different types of ahadith, the books of ahadith. This is number 12. 12 is called Atraf. Atraf is a book in which the one side, the one part of hadith, the one part of ahadith, is mentioned. Just one part, not full, with different chains. Chains are different, but just the indication towards the hadith. If someone wants to find out full hadith, can find in the other books like Bukhari Sharif, Muslim Sharif, Abu Dawud, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah, Nasai. So this book is Mukhtasar. Mukhtasar means the Musannif, the writer, just mentioned the one part of hadith, just for indication towards the full hadith, with all chains. With all chains. This is called Atraf. Imam Abu Abbas wrote Atraf on 5 books. 5 books of Ahadith Tayyibah. He wrote down just Atraf from the Ahadith which are mentioned in the 5 books of Ahadith Tayyibah. This is written by Imam Abu Abbas. Okay, according to authenticity of Ahadith Tayyibah, there are 4 categories of the books of Ahadith. Ahadith Tayyibah are divided into 4 categories according to the authenticity. The authenticity. Sehat ke e'tibar se, according to the weakness and authenticity. There are 4 categories of Ahadith Tayyibah. These 4 categories are mentioned by Imam Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Dehlvi rahimahullah. Muhaddisul Hind, Shah Waliullah rahimahullah. Number 1. The first category of Ahadith Tayyibah which are in the highest level of authenticity and publicity and acceptance, कबूलियत के एतबार से, सेहत के एतबार से और शोहरत के एतबार से। जिन अहादीस तय्यबा को सबसे आला लेवल मिला है तो वो 3 किताबें, 3 books. Number 1 Bukhari Sharif, number 2 Muslim Sharif, and number 3 Muwatta Imam Malik. Talaqqi bil qabul, all ulama in the old times, in the history, they accepted these the books. Okay, this is the number 1. And number 2, the second category, which is close to the first category in authenticity, सेहत में, in publicity, और in acceptance, कबूलियत में, सेहत में, कबूलियत में, शोहरत में, close to the first category, but not in the level of the first category, but close to the first category. This is the lower than the first category. This is the second type, as mentioned by Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Dehlavi, like Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud and Nasai. Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud and Nasai. Number 3, the third category, the books of Ahadith Tayyiba which were written by the writers who were before Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim, like Abdul Razzaq, Imam Abdul Razzaq, Ibn Abi Shayba. And Musnad Imam Shafi'i. Imam Shafi'i was before Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. And similarly, Imam Abdul Razzaq, Musannaf Abdul Razzaq, this book of hadith was written by Imam Abdul Razzaq. This is called Musannaf Abdul Razzaq. And also Musannaf Ibn Abi Shayba. And Sunan Darmi, Sunan Dar Qutni, Sunan Bayhaqi, Tabrani. यानी वक़्त के एतबार से ये मुसन्निफ़ीन इमाम बुखारी और मुस्लिम से पहले के हैं, बुखारी और मुस्लिम से पहले के हैं. They are मुक़द्दम on Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. They were before Imam Bukhari and Muslim, the writers of these books. But they mention ahadith tayyiba, mixed ahadith. Not like Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. Imam Bukhari and Muslim, they try to mention authentic ahadith in their books. But these Musannifin, they did not care, like Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim, so they mentioned mixed ahadith tayyiba. There were many weak ahadith in these books. These weak ahadith are more than the weak ahadith which are mentioned in Bukhari and Muslim. Although the weak ahadith tayyiba which are in these books, they are more than the weak ahadith which were mentioned in the second category, like Tirmidhi Sharif and Sunan Abu Dawud and Nasai. So this is the third category. The examples: Musnad Imam Shafi'i, Sunan Ibn Majah, Musannaf Abdul Razzaq, Musannaf Ibn Abi Shayba, Sunan Dar Qutni, Sunan Darmi, Sunan Bayhaqi, and Tabrani. This is number 3. Number 4, all other books which were written after this time, like Sunan Dalmi and Sunan Abu Nu'aym and Ibn Asakir, Tarikh Ibn Asakir. So the hadiths which are mentioned by Ibn Asakir and Abu Nu'aym and Dalmi, so these books are in the fourth category. So this category is not like the category number 3 and the 2 and the 1. So this category is lower than all other 3 categories. So these are the 4 categories of ahadith tayyibah, or the books of ahadith according to their authenticity and weakness. सेहत और ज़ौफ़ के एतबार से हदीस की जो किताबें लिखी गई हैं उनके 4 मरातब हैं। पहला मरतबा सही बुखारी और मुस्लिम का है कि उसमें सही अहादीस ज़्यादा है। दूसरा दर्जा उन किताबों का है जो कि पहला कैटेगरी के करीब करीब हैं, लेकिन उनमें अहादीस ज़ईफ़ अहादीस ज़्यादा हैं बनिस्बत बुखारी और मुस्लिम की। तो इसमें तिरमिज़ी है, अबू दाऊद है और नसाई। तीसरी कैटेगरी उन किताबों की है जो कि जिनके मुसन्निफ़ीन ज़माना के एतबार से इमाम बुखारी और मुस्लिम पर भी मुक़द्दम हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने बहुत ज़ईफ़ अहादीस दी हैं, इतनी ज़ईफ़ दी हैं कि जो कैटेगरी नंबर 2 से भी ज़्यादा है। तो इसलिए इस एतबार से ये तीसरी कैटेगरी है। और चौथी कैटेगरी की वो बुक्स हैं अहादीस की जो इनके बाद लिखी गई हैं, जैसे इब्न असाकिर ने लिखी हैं, इसी तरह अबू नुअैम और दलमी वगैरह ने जो किताबें लिखी हैं वो चौथी कैटेगरी में आती हैं। अब हम शुरू करते हैं अरबाब हदीस। अरबाब हदीस, द पीपल ऑफ अहादीस, द पीपल हु हैव नॉलेज ऑफ अहादीस, उनके क्या टाइटल्स हैं? Their titles. Number 1, Talib. Talib, we all are Talib. Talib means the student of ahadith, who is learning ahadith. Talib is a student who learns ahadith. He is called Talib. This is a technical term which is used for the Talibul Hadith. He is called Talib. Number 2, Shaykh. Shaykh is Muallimul Hadith. The person who teaches hadith is called Shaykh. Nowadays, other title is also used, Shaykhul Hadith. Not just Shaykh, it's called Shaykhul Hadith. The person, the teacher who teaches Hadith Tayyibah particularly is called Shaykhul Hadith. And he's also called Muhaddis. He is also called Muhaddis. Number 3, Hafiz. Hafizul Hadith, or just Hafiz. Hafiz. Hafiz is a Muhaddis, the teacher of Hadith, who memorized 100,000 Ahadith Tayyibah with sanad, chain and matan, the saying. And also the discussion on the ruwat. Ruwat means the narrators, the reporters. This reporter is weak, this reporter is sahih and authentic, and this reporter is okay, this reporter is good, this reporter is jayyid, very good. So, and the reasons of ta'dil and jarh and qadh. Why this reporter is weak? What is the reason? Why this reporter is authentic? What is the reason behind it? So if a muhaddis memorizes 100,000 ahadith tayyibah with sanad, matan, with jarh, qadh and ta'dil ruwat, the personality is called Hafiz. Hafizul Hadith. Okay, number 4, Hujjah. who memorizes 300,000 ahadith-e-tayyibah with sanad, matan, with jarh, qadh, and ta'deel al-ruwat. The personality is called Hujjah. This title is also used for Imam Bukhari as well. Imam Bukhari. Hujjat fil Hadith. He was the Hujjat fil Hadith. Okay. Hazrat Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahimahullah, he was the Hujjat of Ahadith in this field. And the category number, this title number 5, Hakim fil Hadith. I have no doubt about this title. This title is truly fit for our Imam Azam Abu Hanifah rahimahullah. Hakim is a muhaddis who memorizes all ahadith-e-tayyibah. Sanadan wa matnan, with the jarh and qadh on ruwat and the ta'deel al-ruwat. So inshallah we will prove it. We will prove it. Now I would like to mention some muhaddiseen, Hanafiyah from Ahnaf, because this is the blame comes from some people nowadays as well. They say there is no muhaddis in Ahnaf, they are just faqih. Yeah. They know how to do qiyas, how to estimate, but they don't know ahadith. So I mentioned some names in the history just for barakah. Number 1, Imam Hafiz Abu Bashar Dulabi, not Dulani, Dulabi. Imam Hafiz Abu Bashar Dulabi. Number 2, Imam Hafiz Ishaq bin Rahway, very famous name in the field of hadith. Ishaq bin Rahway. This is written like Rahwiyah. Ra, alif, ha, waw, ya, and rounded ta at the end. Rahwiyah. But in the pronunciation, it is called Rahway. Number 3, Imam Hafiz Abu Ja'far Tahawi. Abu Ja'far Tahawi, rahimahullah. Number 4, Imam Hafiz Ibn Abil Awam Sa'di. Imam Hafiz Ibn Abil Awam Sa'di. Number 5, Imam Hafiz Abu Muhammad Al-Harisi. Number 6, Hafiz Imam Abdul Baqi. Number 7, Imam Hafiz Abu Bakr Razi. They are from Ahnaf, great muhaddiseen. Number 8, Imam Hafiz Abu Nasr Kalabazi. Number 9, Imam Hafiz Abu Muhammad Samarkandi. Number 10, Imam Hafiz Shamsuddin Saruji. Number 11, Imam Hafiz Qutbuddin Halbi. Number 12, Imam Hafiz Alauddin Mardini. Number 13, Imam Hafiz Jamaluddin Zala'i. Number 14, Imam Hafiz Alauddin Mughallatai. Number 15, Imam Hafiz Badruddin Aini. Imam Hafiz Badruddin Aini rahimahullah was in the same time of Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani, who is the first commentator of Bukhari Sharif. Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani. Both Aimma, Imam Badruddin Aini, Hanafi, and Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani, Shafi'i, both in the same time, in the same place, Jami Umawi Dimashq. On the one side of Jami Umawi Dimashq, Imam Badruddin Aini used to deliver lecture on Ahadith Tayyiba. On the other side, Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani in the same time, he used to teach Ahadith Tayyiba to the students, same time. Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani rahimahullah wrote commentary on Bukhari Sharif first of all, but printed after. But Imam Badruddin Aini rahimahullah started to write down the commentary on Bukhari Sharif later on, but printed first. And Imam Badruddin Aini rahimahullah, this is a speciality of this commentary. Imam Badruddin Aini rahimahullah answered all questions raised by Shawafi in the commentary of written by Ibn Hajar Asqalani. वो जब छप के आई ना तो इब्न हजर अस्कलानी वो हैरान हो गए कि ये सवाल तो मैंने लिखे थे, ये इनको कैसे पता चल गया? ये मैंने सवाल लिखे थे अपनी कमेंट्री में, इनको कैसे पता चल गया? इन्होंने जवाब भी लिख दिए। तो वो बाद में बात खुली कि वो आरियतन किसी शागिर्द के ज़रिए से आपने वो एक रात के लिए इब्न हजर अस्कलानी की जो है वो शरह जो थी वो मंगवाई थी, और एक रात में उसको पढ़ा था और पढ़ के फिर वापस कर दिया था। उसमें जितने सवालात थे अब ज़हन नशीन हो गए। जब आपने कमेंट्री लिखी तो उसके जवाब भी लिख दिए। इमाम बदरुद्दीन आइनी रहमहुल्लाह। और ये भी कहा जाता है कि इमाम बदरुद्दीन आइनी और इमाम अबू जाफ़र तहावी अगर हनफियों के पास ना होते तो शायद हमसे हदीस में हमारा कोई बिल्कुल वर्क ख़त्म हो जाता, कि हनफियों का कोई वर्क ही नहीं है हदीस में। ये दो मुहद्दिसीन अल्लाह ताला ने बड़ी हिस्ट्री में बड़ी जंग रही है, एक बड़ी फ़ाइट है एक। अब देखें सियासत्ता के जुमला मुसन्निफिन शवाफ़े हैं, शाफ़ियों ने सियासत्ता ली, ठीक है जी। तो शाफ़ियों को गवर्नमेंट की सपोर्ट रही है हर दौर में, दिस इज़ द रियलिटी। अब जब गवर्नमेंट खर्च करेगी तो फिर किताब छपेगी। पुराने दौर में तो फिर वो नकलें तैयार होती थी। जिस तरह आज प्रिंटिंग का दौर है कि जो है वो घंटों में 1000 किताब तैयार हो जाती है, उस दौर में तो ऐसे नहीं था। और फिर सरमाया जिसके पास, जिस आलिम के पास बहुत पैसा नहीं होता था, वो अपनी किताब को बहुत ज़्यादा मशहूर भी नहीं कर सकता था। बहुत लोगों की सपोर्ट होती थी, यानी बासरवत तबके की, जिनके पास पैसा होता था, तो फिर ही वो किताबें छपती थीं और आगे फैलती थी। शवाफ़ी की किताबें ज़्यादा शोहरत इसलिए पा गई कि गवर्नमेंट का पैसा लगा, और हनफी चूँकि गवर्नमेंट से दूर रहते थे। शायद आपको पता हो कि इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा रहमतुल्लाह अलैह को ऑफ़र की गई थी काज़ी उल क़ुज़ात होने, चीफ़ जस्टिस बनने की, लेकिन आपने इनकार फरमाया था। ठीक, वक्त के हाकिम ने आपको ऑफ़र की थी कि आप चीफ़ जस्टिस बन जाए, आपने फरमाया नहीं। यानी गवर्नमेंट से दूर रहते थे। ये सूफ़ी दुर्वेश लोग थे हनफी, इसलिए इनकी किताबों को ज़्यादा पजीराई नहीं मिली। और शवाफ़े जो थे वो गवर्नमेंट के साथ साथ चलते थे, तो इसलिए गवर्नमेंट अपना पैसा लगा कर उनकी किताबों को शाया कर दे। ये भी एक, दिस इज़ द रियलिटी, ये एक हकीकत है जिसकी वजह से शवाफ़े की किताबें ज़्यादा फैली हैं बनिस्बत अहनाफ के। लेकिन अल्लाह ताला ने फिर भी हनफियों को आज तक ज़िंदा रखा है। ये चीज़ें हम ऑल आर अहनाफ वी शुड नो। Alhamdulillah, we have relation to muhaddiseen as well, not just fuqaha. They were fuqaha and also muhaddiseen, not just fuqaha. हमारा ताल्लुक़ सिर्फ फुक़हा से नहीं, बल्कि वो फुक़हा भी थे, मुहद्दिसीन भी थे। तो ये इसलिए मैं ये चीज़ें पहले बयान कर रहा हूँ एज ए मुक़द्दमा। तो इंशाअल्लाह वी विल स्टार्ट लेटर ऑन द बुक ऑफ हदीस इंशाअल्लाह मुस्नद इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा, लेकिन ये पहले बतौर मुक़द्दमा आप ये चीज़ें ज़हन नशीन कर लें। इसके बाद मैं मुख्तसरन इन शॉर्ट यानी द फ्यू पॉइंट्स फ्राम द बायोग्राफी ऑफ इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा रहमतुल्लाह ताला। एवरीबॉडी नोज़ इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा रहमतुल्लाह नुअमान बिन साबित बिन नुअमान रहमतुल्लाह ताला अलैहि व रदियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु was born in 80 of Hijrah. Imam Nu'man bin Sabit bin Nu'man bin Murzaban. The some books, the name number 4 is written with the Zawti. They said he was a non-Muslim, but this is wrong, because it is mentioned by the Ahmad bin Nu'man, the son of Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. He explained it. This is a wrong narration. This is a wrong statement about my lineage. The real name of the father of Nu'man, which is in the 3rd place, and the 4th place is Murzaban, not Zawti. Okay? Murzaban. He was born in 80 of Hijrah. And 80 of Hijrah is from Khairul Qurun. The Prophet ﷺ said in Sahih Hadith, Khairul Quruni Qarni. The best time is my time. The best time is my time. So the first century, the people of the first century of Hijrah is called Qarni Awwal. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah was from Qarni Awwal, from the blessed time, from the Qarn of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Qarn of Sahaba Kiram. He was blessed with the ziyara of Sahaba Kiram ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, as it is mentioned in the books. So he was tabi'i. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, he was tabi'i. Tabi'i is a personality, is a person who visited Sahaba Kiram with Iman and passed away with Iman. So Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah was tabi'i. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خير القرون قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم. So Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi ta'ala is from Khairul Qurun, from the blessed time. He was tabi'i. And Nabi Mukarrama alayhi salatu wassalam, our beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, gave good news about Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi ta'ala. These are these. Okay, now I would like to mention from Bukhari Sharif, the hadith. First, in Surah Al-Jumu'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هُوَ الَّذِي بَعَثَ فِي الْأُمِّيِّينَ رَسُولًا مِّنْهُمْ يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَإِنْ كَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ لَفِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ وَآخَرِينَ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. In this part, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the group of muhaddiseen. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah is included in that group. This is Sahih Bukhari. This is Sahih Bukhari. Under this verse, Imam Bukhari writes, Hadith. حدثني عبد العزيز بن عبد الله قال حدثني سليمان بن بلال عن ثور عن أبي الغيث عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه. This hadith is narrated by Sayyidina Abu Hurairah رضي الله تعالى عنه. قال كنا جلوسا عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأنزلت عليه سورة الجمعة. When we were sitting in the blessed company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Surah Al-Jumu'ah was revealed. وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم. This verse was recited. قال قلت من هم يا رسول الله. Imam Hazrat Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, I asked, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man hum ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who are mentioned in this word wa akharina, and those who came after, they will come after. तो फरमाया, पूछा कि ये या रसूलल्लाह ये आखरीन कौन हैं, ये आखरीन कौन हैं जो अभी लाहिक नहीं हुए, व आखरीन मिनहुम लम्मा यलहक़ू बिहिम, those who will come after, and they will relate to this group as well, the group of Sahaba Kiram. Who are they? Man hum ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Falam yuraji'ahu hatta sa'ala thalathan. आपने जवाब नहीं दिया, did not reply until Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala asked 3 times. وَفِينَا Salman al-Farisi, and there was Salman al-Farsi was sitting amongst us. وَضَعَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَدَهُ عَلَى سَلْمَانَ. The Prophet ﷺ put his blessed hand on the shoulder of Sayyidina Salman al-Farsi radiyallahu. He was from Faris. ثُمَّ قَالَ, then the Prophet ﷺ said, لَوْ كَانَ الْإِيمَانُ عِنْدَ Suraya, if Iman goes to the heaven, skies, yani there is no Iman on the earth found. ज़मीन पर ईमान का नामो निशानी ना रहे और ईमान यहाँ से उठकर सुरैया तक चला जाए, यानी आसमानों की बुलंदी तक अगर ईमान चला जाए तो फिर क्या होगा? लना लहू रिजालुन औ रजुलुम मिन हाउलाई, सलमान फ़ारसी की कौम का एक शख्स या कुछ अशख़ास ऐसे होंगे जो ईमान को वहाँ से भी वापस ले आएंगे. The one person from his nation, the nation of Salman Farsi, one person, rajulun or rijalun, or few people, they will bring the iman, the belief from heavens to the earth. यानी वहाँ से नीचे ले आएंगे. ये हदीस, और इस हदीस के मिस्दाक हज़रत इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा रहमतुल्लाह, he was Farsi from Aimma Arba. No Imam is Farsi except Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. And this hadith is about Faris. Farsi, Hazrat Salman Farsi. Hadith, ये बुखारी शरीफ से आ गई. Hadith number 4897. This is from Bukhari. Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. Babu Fadli Faris. Chapter in the dignity of Faris. The same words are mentioned. An Abi Hurairah radiyallahu anhu qala qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam law kana ad-deenu. The word deen is mentioned here. In the hadith of Bukhari Sharif, Iman is mentioned. If Iman goes to the heaven, the one person from Faris will bring it back. वहाँ पे क्या ईमान, यहाँ पे क्या दीन, religion. If religion goes to the heaven, the one person from Faris will bring the deen, the religion to the earth. لو كان الدين عند سريا لذهب به رجل من فارس أو قال من أبناء فارس, from the sons of Faris. यहाँ एक पर्सन particularly एक फ़र्द का ताय्युन कर दिया गया कि एक फ़र्द होगा जो ले आएगा दीन को वापस. लो जी, 2 हदीसें होगी. तीसरी हदीस, ये भी हज़रत अबू हुरैरा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु से है. ये वही हदीस है जो बुखारी ने जिक्र की है. The same hadith which is mentioned in Bukhari Sharif. इसके बाद बोला है. This is in Sahih Muslim. अच्छा, ये इब्न कसीर, तफसीर इब्न कसीर. Imam Ibn Kasir writes under the verse of وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كنا جلوسا عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأنزلت لي سورة الجمعة قالوا من هم يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فلم يراجعهم حتى سئل 3 وفينا سلمان الفارسي فوضع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يده على سلمان الفارسي ثم قال لو كان الإيمان عند الثريا. ये same hadith is mentioned in Bukhari Sharif, and उसके अंदर रवाहु मुस्लिम. This hadith is also narrated by Imam Muslim, wa Tirmidhi and Imam Tirmidhi, wa Nasai and Imam Nasai, वब्न अबी हातिम and Imam Ibn Abi Hatim and Ibn Jarir Tabri. These all muhaddisin narrated this hadith. This is mentioned by Ibn Kasir in his tafsir. This is tafsir Tabri. Imam Tabri is called the title Sayyidu Ta'ifatil Mufassirin. This title is given to Imam Ibn Jarir Tabri. He is the leader of all commentators of the Holy Quran. Ibn Jarir Tabri writes under this verse, وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. This hadith is عن ثور بن زيد عن أبي الغيث عن أبي هريرة كنا جلوسا عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فنزلت عليه سورة الجمعة فلما قرأ وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم قال رجل من هؤلاء يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. यहाँ पे ये अल्फाज ज़ायद हैं कि एक शख्स ने हुजूर से पूछा. One person यानी one sahabi asked the Prophet अलैहि सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. पिछली हदीसों में ये है कि हज़रत अबू हुरैरा ने खुद पूछा. ठीक है, मन हाउलाई, ये कौन से लोग हैं? तो हुजूर ने जवाब नहीं दिया. हत्ता साला उमर्रतन उमर्रतैन व सलासन, एक बार पूछा या दो बार पूछा या तीन बार. काला वफ़ीना सलमान फ़ारसी फ़वदा नबी वसल्लम यदा वाला सलमान, हज़रत सलमान फ़ारसी के ऊपर हुजूर ने हाथ रखा. और लौ कान ईमान इंद सुरैया, यहाँ ईमान वाली हदीस है. लौ कान ईमान इंद सुरैया, ये वो सेम हदीस मेंशन इन तबरी शरीफ. अच्छा, अब आ गया क्वेश्चन कि इस हदीस से फिर मुराद क्या है. मैं कहता हूँ, अगर मैं कहूँ इफ़ आई से द रजुल मीन्स इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा, यू विल से यो यानी योर ओपिनियन इज़ नॉट सो ऑथेंटिक. जी, गिव अस द ऑथेंटिक ओपिनियन फ्रॉम मुहद्दिसीन. ओके जी, द नंबर वन इमाम जलालुद्दीन सुयूती. Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti is writing in the commentary of this hadith which is mentioned in these books. ये जो हदीस है ना, ये हदीस ये तीन लफ्ज़ों के साथ आई है, 3 words. लौ कान अल ईमानु इंद सुरैया, लौ कान अद्दीनु इंद सुरैया, लौ कान अल इल्मु इंद सुरैया. Ilm means knowledge. If knowledge goes to the heaven, the one person and from the son of Faris will bring the knowledge to the earth. ठीक है, ये 3 किस्म की. और इसकी जो असनाद हैं ये भी सुन लें. असनाद, chains, the chains of this hadith with अल्फाज मुतकारिबा. लौ कान अल ईमानु, लौ कान अद्दीनु, लौ कान अल इल्मु इंद सुरैया, लज़हब रजुलन मिन फारिसा ओ मिन अबनाई फारिसा औ रिजालुन औ रजुलुन मिन अबनाई फारिसा ला यनालुहु ओ लनालहु. Different words but meaning is same. 70 chains of this hadith. I have the 70 chains. We don't have time now to mention these all chains, but there are 70 chains for this hadith. Very authentic hadith, powerful hadith. एक किताब तो मैंने जिक्र ही नहीं की, ठहरे, ये मजमू ज़वाइद इमाम हस्मी की. जी, इमाम हस्मी राइट्स अन और अबू हुरैरा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु क़ाल क़ाल रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम लौ कान अल इल्मु बिस्सुरैया, लौ कान अल इल्मु बिस्सुरैया लतनावलहु नासुन मिन अबनाई फारिस. ठीक है, रवाहु अहमद. दिस हदीस इज रिटन बाय, मेंशन्ड बाय इमाम अहमद बिन हंबल एज वेल. वफ़ीहि शहरुन, the name Shahr, wasaqahu Ahmad. Imam Ahmad said this he is authentic. Wa baqiyatu rijalihi rijalu sahihi, yani all other ruwat and the narrators are from the narrators of Sahih Bukhari. So this is authentic hadith mentioned. One hadith, another hadith an Qais ibn Sa'd qala qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam law kana al-imanu mu'allaqan bis-surayya لناله رجال من أبناء فارس. There's other hadith. عن عبد الله بن مسعود قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لو كان الدين معلقا بالثريا لتناوله رجال من أبناء فارس. Same hadith. What is the exact meaning of rajulun or min abnai faris? Which personality is mentioned in this hadith? Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti says, Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti writes that this hadith is about Imam Azam Abu Hanifah rahmatullah alayhi. I'm opening the page of Tabyeedus Sahifa. This is the chapter name is Zikru Tabshir al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam bihi ay bil Imam Abi Hanifa. यानी हुजूर ने इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा की बशारत दी है. इमाम सुयूती ने टाइटल ही ये रखा है. इमाम यानी नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु ताला अलैहि वसल्लम gave good news about Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah in this hadith. وقد بشر بالإمام أبي حنيفة في الحديث الذي أخرجه أبو نعيم في الحلية عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لو كان العلم بالثريا لتناوله رجال من أبناء فارس. أخرج الشيرازي في الألقاب عن قيس بن سعد بن عبادة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لو كان العلم معلقا بالثريا لتناوله قوم من أبناء فارس. وحديث أبي هريرة أصله في صحيح حي البخاري ومسلم بلفظ لو كان الإيمان عند الثريا لتناوله رجال من فارس. This hadith is also mentioned in Bukhari and Muslim Sharif from Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. और भी हदीस जिक्र किए हैं, जो है वो संदें जिक्र फरमाए डिफरेंट यानी चेन्स. आखिर में क्या कहते हैं इमाम सुयूती, क्या फरमाते हैं? फरमाते हैं फ़हादा अस्लुन सहीहुन युअतमदु अलैहि फिल बशारती. This ruling is very authentic ruling in giving the good news about someone. Yani we can trust, yani we Muslim can trust on this hadith tayyiba, in these ahadith tayyiba. In these ahadith tayyiba, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam gave good news about Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Who wrote? Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti. Other book, Al-Khayratul Hisan, written by Imam Shahabuddin Ahmad bin Hajar Haytami Makki Shafi'i. He is also Shafi'i. Imam Suyuti was Shafi'i. They are not Hanafi. They are from Shawafi. Imam bin Hajar Haytami Makki Shafi'i writes, فيما ورد من تبشير النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بالإمام أبي حنيفة. टाइटल कैसे है? यानी वो अहादीस जिनमें रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफा रहमतुल्लाह अलैह के आने की बशारत दी है. This chapter is about the ahadith tayyiba in which the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam gave good news about Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Then he wrote down these all ahadith. So Nabi Kareem sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam, gave good news about Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah and mentioned the dignity of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam said, if iman, yani belief, religion or the knowledge goes to the heaven, Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah will bring iman, deen and ilm to the ground, to the earth. So this is dignity mentioned in Hadith Tayyib. कितने अजान कितने? 5 मिनट जी. देखें जी, इसके बाद ये तहजीब तहजीब. तहजीब तहजीब, this book is written on the science which is called Asma'ur Rijal. Asma'ur Rijal, Asma'ur Rijal is a science in which the discussion on the reporters is mentioned. रावियों के ऊपर जो डिस्कशन होती है कि this ravi, this narrator, this reporter is weak and this narrator is authentic and this narrator and the reporter is okay and this is a good and this is a very good. and there is no problem with this reporter. La ba'sa bihi, thiqatun sahihun, ये ضعीफुन, तो जिस इल्म के अंदर, जिस साइंस में ये बहस हो, तो उस साइंस को क्या कहते हैं? इल्म अस्माइर रिजाल। इल्म अस्माइर रिजाल में ये एक बुक है, वेरी ऑथेंटिक बुक, तहज़ीब व तहज़ीब। इसमें भी हज़रत नौमान बिन साबित रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु क्या लिखते हैं उनके बारे में। अब इनके टीचर्स के नाम सुने, द टीचर्स ऑफ इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा रहिमहुल्लाह। इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा रहिमहुल्लाह नरेटेड अहादीस तय्यबा। याद रखो, इमाम साहब ने जो अपने असातिज़ा से सीखा है वो फ़िक़्ह नहीं है, दैट इज़ नॉट फ़िक़्ह, बिकॉज द फ़िक़्ह वाज स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम इमाम आज़म अबू हनीफ़ा। He was the first usuli, he made rules to derive ahkam rulings from the depth of Quran and Sunnah. He was the first personality, Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. So the fiqh was started from Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. Imam Sahib rahmatullahi ta'ala narrated from his shuyukh and from his asatiza teachers what? Ahadith. Understood? Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah narrated ahadith tayyiba from Ata bin Abi Ribah, number one. Asim bin Abi Nujud, he is the Qari from Kufa, from Qurra Salasa from Kufa. وأما أبو بكر وعاصم اسمه فشعبة راويه المبرز أفضل وذاك ابن عياش أبو بكر الرضا وحفص بالإتقان كان مفضلا. Yani he was the Qari as well, Imam Asim bin Abi Nujud. So he was the teacher of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah in qira'at. Subhanallah. And number three, Alqama bin Marsad, Ahmad bin Abi Sulaiman. He is the particular teacher of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Ahmad bin Abi Sulaiman, a very famous teacher of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi ta'ala. Hakam bin Utaybah, Sahal bin Kuhail, Abu Ja'far Muhammad bin Ali, Ali bin Aqmar, Ziyad bin Ilaqa, and Sa'd bin Masruq al-Thawri, Adi bin Thabit al-Ansari, Atiyya bin Saeed al-Aufi, Abu Sufyan al-Sa'di, Abdul Karim Abu Umayya, Yahya bin Saeed al-Ansari, Hisham bin Urwa. So these all are the teachers of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Imam Sahib had more than 300 teachers. And these all teachers were fuqaha and muhaddiseen, famous muhaddiseen in Kufa. You should know the point. When Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala anhu migrated from Medina Sharif to Kufa, Kufa को दारुल खिलाफा किसने, कैपिटल किसने बनाया? हजरत सैयदना अली al-Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala. पहले कैपिटल क्या था? मदीनतुल मुनव्वरा, ऐसे ही था, खुलफा वहाँ ठहरते थे. लेकिन सैयदना अली al-Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, आप ये पहली पर्सनैलिटी हैं जिन्होंने कूफा को दारुल खिलाफा बनाया. वन हज़रत अली al-Murtaza शेर खुदा, बाबू मदीनतिल इल्म, वो ताजदारे खफ़ी व जली है, जिधर भी देखो अली अली है. वो ताजदारे खफ़ी जली है, जिधर भी देखो अली अली है. He was the Bab of Madinatul Ilm. He was the gate, the door of the city of the knowledge. Hazrat Sayyidina Ali al-Murtaza radiyallahu migrated from Medina to Kufa. And with him 300 Sahaba Kiram who were fuqaha and muhaddiseen. They migrated with Sayyidina Ali al-Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala to Kufa. So the Kufa was Darul Ilm, the place of knowledge, where Sayyiduna Imam Azam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu ta'ala was born. And he learnt Ilmul Hadith in Kufa from Sahaba Kiram, from the students of Sahaba Kiram in Kufa. आप इससे अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं इमाम साहब का कितना बड़ा इल्म में मकाम था कि आप पैदा उस जगह हुए हैं जहाँ 300 सहाबा किराम फुक़हा और मुफ्ती सहाबा जहाँ पे मौजूद थे. वहाँ पैदा होकर आपने वही इल्म सीखा. And the students of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. कितने मिनट से 10 दिन 5 मिनट है. Hazrat Hamad bin Nu'man. Hamad was he was the son of Sayyidina Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi ta'ala. Hamad bin Nu'man bin Thabit bin Nu'man bin Murzban. ये उनका नाम था Hamad. Ibrahim bin Tahman, Hamza bin Habib az-Ziyad. Imam Hamza Kufi, he is the Qari. The one qira'at is related to Imam Hamza Kufi, qira'at Imam Hamza Kufi. He was the student of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, who wrote down Ibn Hajar Asqalani says. Hamza bin Habib az-Ziyad, Zufar bin Huzayl, Imam Abu Yusuf al-Qadi, Abu Yahya al-Himmani, Isa bin Yunus, Waki', Yazid bin Zuray'. This is the Waki'. Waki' was the teacher of Imam Shafi'i. Waki' was the student of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, and he was the teacher of Imam Shafi'i. Imam Shafi'i says, "Shakawtu ila waki'in bisu'i hifzi, fa'usani bitarkil ma'asi, fa'inna al-ilma nurun min ilahin, wan nuru la yu'ta li'asi." Imam Shafi'i says, I made complaint to my teacher Waki' that my memory is weak. And he advised me to stay away from committing the sins, because the knowledge is a nur from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this light is not given to the ma'asi, to the person who commits sins. मैंने शिकायत की अपने उस्ताद वकी को कि मेरा हाफज़ा कमज़ोर है, तो उन्होंने मुझे फरमाया कि गुनाह ना किया कर, क्योंकि इल्म नूर है और नूर गुनाहगार को नहीं दिया जाता. ये वही वकी है. He was the student of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Waki' Yazid bin Zuray' and Asad bin Amr Bujali and Hakam bin Ya'la bin Salam al-Razi and Kharija bin Mus'ab and Abdul Majid bin Abi Ruwad and Ali bin Mushir, Muhammad bin Bashar al-Abadi, Abdul Razzaq, Muhammad bin Hassan al-Shaybani and Musa bin Miqdam, Yahya bin Yaman, Abu Isma, Nuh bin Abi Maryam, Abu Abdul Rahman al-Muqri, Abu Nu'aym and Abu Asim. These all were the students of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Some people say Imam Sahib did not know hadith. So this statement is very, very wrong, because these all were muhaddiseen, and muhaddiseen learned from Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. What? Hadith. So Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah was great muhaddis, not just faqih, he was great muhaddis as well. So inshallah we will continue this topic, and the next time inshallah I will mention something about Imam Bukhari. So we will discuss on Bukhari Sharif.